Welcome in, David Lloyd and Cari Champion on our respective coasts. Tom Brady has had an interesting morning, Cari. He cut short a radio interview. We're going to get into that story. Then he dropped the mic before getting on the plane. So we're going to talk a little bit about Tom Brady in a moment. Yeah, mic drop.
Yeah.
First, things getting a little personal at OKC yesterday, huh?
Yeah, I love it. You know, I love Russell Westbrook. I've said that many times on the show. He reminds me of Kobe Bryant. He is reckless. He is hungry. He doesn't care. He's determined. The same way I go about the show daily.
Yes.
Reckless, determined,
just
accurate.
Ruthless, unbelievable.
Well, let's take a look, folks, shall we?
It's all in the timing. You don't, in the backswing is not a good time to yell in the hole. It's when the ball is on its way. That's when you yell in the hole, okay?
Okay. Wait, give me the rule again.
Do not yell while the backswing is happening. And guess who was there, by the way? Right behind.
Last Friday, Outside the Lines reported about widespread issues at Michigan State concerning the mishandling of sexual assault complaints and allegations of violence against women. Included in the report was an uncharged rape accusation against two former Michigan State basketball players and a pair of charges related to violence against women by a former undergraduate assistant coach. MSU basketball coach Tom Izzo declined to answer specific questions Friday night, but was asked again about the allegations after Michigan State's win over Maryland on Sunday.
Baked beans or New England clam chowder. I mean, there's the lunacy. It's just going to continue
look at you. So is it Boston clam chowder? Is it Boston baked beans?
I think it'd be Philly baked beans, right?
Philly clam chowder, Philly, I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
It really doesn't.
Say
it doesn't
again.
work.
Can you say it again?
Philly baked beans, Philly clam chowder.
Okay. Yeah,
Boston cheesesteaks, you know, it goes both ways. So anyway, there's a drought going on. We got to get this done.
David, it's so accurate. Meanwhile, how's your skill set? Can you ball? You hoop?
I could not hang with hot sauce. I could not.
No.
You know who could?
I don't believe that. Who?
Yeah, maybe Trae Young. Trae Young might be able to hang. Yes, he does. He's been the focus of some of that over the years. But he says he's in shock at this trade here, Cari.
But David, weren't you when you heard the news? Our producer, here's another name drop, David Rose, texted me last night. He was like, it's going down. So, David, were you not shocked when you heard this?
I'm kind of upset that David Rose did not text me with that information. We'll have to address
what
that
does that
in
tell
the
you?
Post-show
What does
meeting.
that tell? All right. Listen, it is shocking news. Olympic bobsledder Asia Evans is here with us on Coast to Coast. I am so excited to have her. It is a personal journey for me because I've watched you transition, if you will. And so I thought it would be great as we get ready to embrace the Olympics to talk about what your transition has been. Because from my understanding, you started out as a track and field athlete. And then here I am in 2014, you get a bronze medal with the bobsledding team. How does that happen? Talk about your journey.
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty good at this. And then how do you decide now I want to be in the Olympics?
Yeah, so the first time I got in a bobsled, I was not feeling it. I called my mom. Literally, I went into a corner.
A bit about our bobsledding team. From my understanding, gold medal favorites.
Yeah, we're in a great position.
Such a wonderful story. It really is to see you. I get so excited. Again, it's really personal. We know each other from a ways back, and you're blossoming into a wonderful young lady.
Thank you.
It's interesting because I remember telling you that we should train together. You were in Los Angeles, and I wanted to train with you. Do you remember?
I remember that.
And I was like, I'll do the box jump first.
And you showed me how to do it.
And so, guys, because I showed her how to do it, just take a look. It was really crazy.
That was about 52 inches.
52 inches.
Yeah.
What did I be in?
I mean, core plays a good part in it, but that's that explosiveness you need on the block. Literally, I go from a...
Thank you so much for joining us here on Coast to Coast. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Obviously, I'm with Team USA. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Asia Evans, everyone.
They've gone into the lab and they're coming up with something. I don't know what it could possibly be.
What could it be?
I actually heard they're thinking about doing some sort of like a squirrel deterrent, like a sort of I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, do you remember the movie Ghostbusters and they had that slime? Remember that Ghostbusters
Do you think
slime?
they're going to use this? They wouldn't bring out the slime, would they?
They could possibly, because to me that's the only thing to stop this problem. Meanwhile, coming up next on Coast to Coast, we'll take a look back at James Harden's historic triple-double. But first, here's Bob Lee on what's on tap with Outside the Lines.
And not snowboard. Oh, that's cool.
You should bring your dog snowboarding with you.
Okay, so
It's Coco.
Coco. Okay,
it's not foo-foo. And you and the producer's making fun of me behind my back. That's cool.
We only have another month to take our shots at you, Cari. We got to get him in when we can. We've got to get in our Super Bowl coverage from Minnesota. Mike Greenberg anchoring. Greeny, take it away.
I don't know if you've heard, but the Super Bowl is in Minneapolis this week. Of course, we were just there. The city, though, has a different meaning for Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He broke his collarbone in Week 6 against the Vikings, which all but ended Green Bay's playoff hopes. The quarterback was on Golic and Wingo this morning, speaking on how close the Packers are to getting back in Super Bowl contention. Motown, as my colleague just said. Jalen Rose from Motown as well, back with
indeed.
us. Okay, so let's talk about this. He found out on Twitter, on the outside, and I'm just talking optics, what does that say about the front office, the Clippers front office, and their current roster as is?
Well, let me spit that. Not gonna be able to do it.
This is Motown. It's Hot Flames. Jalen, dropping it. Back to you. He just dropped Mike. I'm throwing it at you. David. Bill Belichick will one day join Bill Parcells in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When the time comes, they'll have far more in common than a place in Canton or a first name. The 30 for 30 film, The Two Bills, directed by Ken Rogers and produced by NFL Films, traces the 4-decade relationship between these two legendary coaches. ESPN.com senior NBA writer. I got to put senior in. That's Ramona Shelburne, introducing you now here on Coast to Coast. So the Cavs have had a rough January. I think we've talked about it. Trade deadline just 6 days away. Talk to me about what they can do to improve.
Well, look, everything comes down to whether or not they're willing to.
Speaking of trades and here in Los Angeles, I got to ask, my Lakers, I hear they're going to be pretty active. However, I hear that the Boogie Cousins incident, his injury, kind of messed up the plans.
Well, and I think, you know,
all right, that's Ramona Shelburne giving us the latest. Hopefully we will find.
Cari, what are you doing for the Super Bowl?
I'm going to watch it.
Good. That's a good start. Alone?
No,
at home?
I'm going to sit with some friends and maybe have a brewski. What are you going to do?
I am going to the famous Tommy Greenwald Super Bowl party in Westport, Connecticut. World famous.
All right. Well, can I come?
You're invited. Come on.
Thank you.